You're watching Breakfast Television. It's 7:50 now, and it's time to focus on business. For that, we turn to our business editor, Mike Eppel. Happy Tuesday, Mike.
Thank you. Same to you, and indeed it is.
Listen, some fantastic news when it comes to the markets. They're surging.
Man, they are. Listen, the Dow Jones has opened the day up 425 points. That's about 1 1/3%. The TSX is up 150. That's close to a gain of 1%. Last Friday, couldn't give stocks away. Everybody was selling going into the weekend because of the risk assessment related to the coronavirus. So then the Dow was down 600 points. Now, again, keep in mind, Sarah, a lot of this is computer-activated trading. The computers see headlines. They position funds, for all intents and purposes, risk on, risk off. For the weekend, we didn't know what was going on with the coronavirus. Now we've got a little bit more of a handle on the economic implications, the companies that have closed their businesses temporarily. All of this filters through to the calculations about how much this is going to impact earnings. And the thinking is, yeah, it might right now, but things will recuperate, over the course of time.
Okay.
So why worry? The Dow is up as a result of that. And markets around the world have surged in value in early trading activity this morning.
Well, and you and I were speaking yesterday about how oil has been struggling as well, but even that is looking up.
It is. Having said that, oil is more directly tied to the balance of supply and demand, and China is a massive influence on the global energy trade nowadays. And, with the reports being that oil demand there is down 20% daily, that is still having a wider ranging impact on the price for crude, which briefly yesterday was below $50 a barrel U.S. This morning it's nudged above that, but still, historically speaking, it's pretty weak. And we'll be hearing from Suncor, for example, tomorrow, the biggest energy player in this country, and maybe their latest assessment on what they're seeing right now for demand and prices going forward.
Let's talk an all-time high for Tesla.
Yeah.
What encouraged that?
Well, okay, so a bunch of things happened Monday. We had a couple of analysts raise their targets on Tesla stock price, so that immediately started some buying activity on the shares. There are those who think that Tesla is highly overrated. So what they do is they short sell the stock, which means they bet on it to fall.
Yeah.
So they borrow the shares. If the stock goes up, they have to cover those bets. It's like gambling. But this means they have to buy it, which begets a higher price because supply and demand. So Tesla took off like a rocket yesterday by 20%. Barron's magazine saying, "What? This is nuts," more or less, and saying it's an overdone rally. This morning, the share price is already up 15%, north of $900 U.S. It's feeding on itself. Its momentum, round and round it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. $1,000? Possibly. Elon Musk is smiling all the way to the bank.
I wouldn't mind getting behind the wheel of a Tesla. They look very fun.
The UK today just said that they're moving forward the timeline for the outright ban on the selling of gasoline-powered vehicles to 2035. That's forward from 2040.
Okay.
Electric vehicles are going to be in more demand going forward, whether it's Tesla or somebody else. We'll see.
Yeah, well, you'll be long retired by that point, so you won't have to bother with it. We'll see you tomorrow.
I love my job.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the markets.
This portion of BT is brought to you by 660 News, Calgary's breaking news, weather, and traffic station.